Hey class, just wanted to give you a little video to watch for the assignment today. We're not going to do an exploration assignment for this particular section. I started to do the video for the exploration assignment and it was terrible. They had all sorts of questions that they did not have answers to in the book. I could have found all the answers, but it wasn't really presented to you in this chapter. So we're going to go through the multiple choice section, and I'm going to kind of show you where to find the answers. I'm not going to give you any answers. You're going to have to find them for yourselves, but it shouldn't be too hard as a multiple choice question. So I have the reading assigned. Here is the reading. It's Earth's interior, and there's really only one page and three different sections. You have a section for the Earth's crust, which is the outermost layer. You have a section for the Earth's core, which is the innermost layers, the outer core and the inner core. And then in between the core and the crust, you have the mantle. And so the crust is on the very top, the mantle is just below that, and then the core is inside of that. Now, in the crust, they have something called the lithosphere. So they talk about two different types of plates in the lithosphere, your continental crust and your oceanic crust, or if we're talking plate tectonics, continental plates and oceanic plates. Within the core, you have your two different types of core. You have your outer core and inner core. The outer core is liquid, the inner core is solid. And then in your mantle, you have two different layers. You have the asthenosphere, which is partially melted and allows the plates to move around on the surface. And then you have your mesosphere. Meso means middle. And so mesosphere is kind of like the middle of the Earth. Not as deep as the core, not as shallow as the crust. So let's look at the questions, and I will tell you where you can find the answers in the text. Let's get rid of that. Here we go. So question number one, most tectonic plates contain only continental crust, only oceanic crust, or both continental and oceanic crust, or no crust at all. So they don't really talk very much about tectonic plates. They have a little bit over here, but you're going to find this answer probably in the very first paragraph. If you don't find what you're looking for in the first paragraph, you can read through a little bit, but it's definitely going to be in this top section where they talk about the Earth's crust. And so that should help you out a little bit on that question. Question number two, which is the Earth's outermost structural layer? That's also going to be in that very first section, talking about the Earth's crust. So you want to figure out which one is the very most top section. Also, there is a image down here that kind of shows you some of the different layers. And so you're looking for the outermost layer on the very, very top. So number three, geologists classify a certain section of the Earth as lithosphere. Which of the following could it be? So you're looking specifically for the lithosphere. Is it the inner core, the outer core, a convection cell, or a tectonic plate? So go back to the very beginning where they talk about the Earth's crust and the lithosphere and see what kind of things they mention there. Do they mention convection cycles? Do they mention inner core or outer core? Or do they mention tectonic plates? That should help you answer that question. Number four, which layer of the Earth's interior is liquid? And so if you go down here and read through all these, you're probably going to find this answer in the Earth's core. And so is it the outer core that's liquid or the inner core that's liquid? Do a little bit of reading and find out. Number five, which is the outermost compositional layer of the Earth? Is it the asthenosphere, the crust, the mantle, or the outer core? Out of these four, which one's the most on the outside? Which one is touching the air? Which one is the highest up? Which is the one that we live on? We build our houses on. We drive to work on. Which layer are they asking about there? Number six, in which layer of Earth does convection occur? So again, go back to the different sections here and see where you see them talk about convection. It's probably going to be down here in the mantle. They do a little bit of talking about convection. You can see the picture here where they talk about convection. And so see what answer best fits the mantle here. Which minerals make up the most of the lithosphere? So go back to the lithosphere section, which is the crust up at the very top. And they talk about the lithosphere right here. If you scroll down just a little bit to the next paragraph, they start to tell you what kind of elements make up the lithosphere. So look through that and see if you can find a good answer for what minerals make up the lithosphere. They probably have some very similar things to the elements that you just saw. Which term best describes the composition of the Earth? Specifically the Earth's core, sorry. Which term best describes the composition of the Earth's core? So again, go back to the reading. Scroll down to the core section, which is right here in the middle. And somewhere in here, they're going to talk about what the core is made out of. It's actually going to be this last paragraph right here. They talk about what kind of minerals make up the core. And so if you go back to the answer sheet, you should be able to find out what kind of composition describes the Earth's core. So look for one of these four terms in the core section. Number 9, if a scientist could sample Earth's core, they would most likely find what? What would they find if they took something out of Earth's core? You have two answers that are metal. Is it a solid metal or a liquid metal? And actually, they're specifically talking about the inner core, not the outer core, but the inner core. So go read about the inner core. Find out, is it going to be a solid or liquid metal, or is it going to be liquid rock or partially molten rock? And so if you come back here again to the core, they talk about the inner core down here in this last paragraph. So just one little paragraph to read. Read the paragraph and see, is it solid metal, liquid rock, or partially molten rock? And then number 10, where is the mesosphere located inside the Earth? And so the mesosphere, as you've probably seen already, is down here in the mantle section. They kind of show you the different sections. So find out, is it in the upper mantle, the lower mantle? What part of the mantle is the mesosphere in? And that should be it. That's number 10. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I will be around to answer your emails and help you get this figured out. And so hopefully this was pretty easy. Please make sure that you're doing your assignments every day and checking on Google Classroom and Discovery Education. And that should help you keep caught up. You'll be counted present if you do the assignments, and your grade will kind of stay up. So there's the empty classroom. I'm here by myself. And I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. And if you have any questions, please email me. I will get back to you with some answers. So thank you very much and have a nice day.